You know, I've never been a huge fan of these LEGO games, a fact that has drawn the ire of the people who inexplicably adore them. I've never seen the appeal of just, breaking your scenery and mashing buttons, let alone the illusion of creation. You don't get to create anything in these LEGO games, you put together pre-assembled things. Excuse me while I make Duplo in my pants. Nonetheless, set your bat sensors to Holy Toledo, Batman. This may come as a surprise to those of you who watch a lot of our reviews, but I really like this game. In fact, LEGO Batman 2 DC Superheroes is easily my favorite LEGO game to date. How's that for a plot twist? Released just a few weeks ago, and conspicuously close to the release of a certain Batman movie, must be a coincidence, LEGO Batman 2 feels like a fresh new take on these very established, very familiar LEGO titles. We've already reviewed the 3DS version, which was sadly a lot more familiar than fresh, but such is not the case with its console cousin. Wait, you mean they're related? Well, holy moly, Batman!
You like missiles, Batman? Because I think they're going to like you!
The game starts off with Lex Luthor, of all people, in Gotham City. Now, in our 3DS review, I made a joke about not knowing who Lex Luthor is, and this greatly upset nerds who evidently know comics much better than they do sarcasm. So I've learned not to make jokes about this stuff anymore. Not even obvious ones. Anyway. Hey, look, it's Professor X! Anyway, this one pushes the LEGO games forward in a few different ways. I think the story, for starters, is a huge improvement because it's actually kind of interesting. This game mixes characters from different comics, and it makes for some genuinely funny interactions. Case in point, badass Batman is evidently irritated by, goody two-shoes.
You should really try not to make such a mess while you're fighting crime. I can see you smirking in there. X-ray vision.
Aren't there people somewhere else that need your help right now?
The gameplay's also been refined in a few ways. You're still collecting LEGO pieces and reassembling LEGO objects like an interactive toy box, but the game feels far more open than ever before. The implementation of open world stages is an obvious reason, but the sheer amount of stuff to do also plays a role in that. You're always finding new weapons and suits and characters and secrets, so the game's just huge. And although the Wii version obviously doesn't look as sharp as its HD counterparts, you might be surprised to hear it's otherwise identical. All the content, all the missions, the 50+ characters, they're on the Wii too. And in fact, Wii owners get the added benefits of pointer control, which makes some of the items a lot easier to use. I think it's safe to say the LEGO games have gotten a bit stale. The formula needed a tweak, and to their credit, Traveler's Tales made some. LEGO Batman 2 is a far more interesting game than its recent LEGO counterparts, and I can't wait to see where the games go from here. Hey, do you like LEGO, Wii owners? Because I think it likes you. Tell them, Joker.
You like dodgems, Batman? Because, forget it.
Oh, come on. Why you gotta be a dick, Why so serious?
I didn't want to shake hands. I want your watch. Nice running into you. Let's do it again sometime.
Oh, we will.